the updates from the Petroleum Ministry. We have with us Joint Secretary Mr. Jata. Over to you, sir.
नमस्कार। एशिया क्राइसिस के चलते हमारे इंपोर्ट्स अफेक्टेड हैं। घरेलू एलपीजी उपभोक्ताओं को कुकिंग के लिए 100% सप्लाई इंश्योर की जा सके और कमर्शियल को भी 70% तक देने का प्रयास किया जा रहा है। इस संबंध में मैं ये बताना चाहूँगी कि डोमेस्टिक कुकिंग एलपीजी का डिस्ट्रीब्यूशन नॉर्मल है। एलपीजी डिस्ट्रीब्यूटर्स पर कोई ड्राई आउट रिपोर्टेड नहीं है और लगभग 95% एलपीजी सिलेंडर की डिलीवरी ऑथेंटिकेशन कोड के द्वारा की जा रही है। पिछले 2 दिन में लगभग 87,28,000 एलपीजी सिलेंडर्स की डिलीवरी की गई, जबकि बुकिंग 88,82,000 के करीब थी। कमर्शियल एलपीजी के संबंध में भी पिछले 2 दिनों में लगभग 15,900 टन कमर्शियल एलपीजी की सेल की गई और 876 टन ऑटो एलपीजी की सेल पीएसयू ओएमसी के द्वारा की गई। 5 किलो के सिलेंडर पिछले 2 दिन में लगभग 1,20,000 के करीब बेचे गए और 10,500 से अधिक अवेयरनेस कैंप पीएसयू ओएमसी के द्वारा 3 अप्रैल से अभी तक लगाए गए हैं, जिसमें 1,84,000 से अधिक 5 किलो के सिलेंडर्स की सेल की गई है। कल भी लगभग 132 कैंपों में 4,171 5 किलो के सिलेंडर्स की सेल की गई। नेचुरल गैस के संबंध में 6,31,000 नए पीएनजी 6,31,000 पीएनजी कनेक्शंस को गैसीफाई किया गया है और 2,67,000 से अधिक कनेक्शंस के लिए एडिशनल इंफ्रास्ट्रक्चर क्रिएट किया गया है। 6,93,000 से अधिक कस्टमर पीएनजी पर अभी तक रजिस्टर हुए कनेक्शंस के लिए रजिस्टर हुए हैं और more than 49,200 PNG consumers have surrendered their LPG connections. रिटेल आउटलेट्स पर ऑपरेशन नॉर्मल है, लेकिन कुछ जगह पर पैनिक बाइंग देखी जा रही है। इसके लिए एडिक्वेट सप्लाई इंश्योर करने के लिए पीएसयूज के द्वारा हर संभव प्रयत्न किया जा रहा है। क्रूड रिफाइनरीज नॉर्मल ऑपरेट कर रही हैं, इन्वेंट्रीज हमारे पास सफिशिएंट मेंटेन है। C3 C4 मॉलिक्यूल्स का एलोकेशन 1,000 टन पर डे से बढ़ाकर 1,120 टन पर डे किया गया है और 9 अप्रैल से अब तक लगभग 1,200 टन प्रोपिलीन और 1,750 टन ब्यूटाइल एक्रिलेट की सेल विभिन्न रिफाइनरीज के द्वारा की गई है। एनफोर्समेंट एक्शन भी लगातार चल रहा है। कल भी स्टेट गवर्नमेंट्स के द्वारा लगभग 2,100 जगह पर रेड्स इंस्पेक्शन कंडक्ट की गई है। ऑयल पीएसयूज के द्वारा भी सरप्राइज इंस्पेक्शन किया जा रहा है। क्यूमुलेटिवली अभी तक लगभग 3,139 शो कॉज नोटिसेस डिस्ट्रीब्यूटर्स को दिए गए हैं। 366 डिस्ट्रीब्यूटर्स पर पेनल्टी लगाई गई है और 75 डिस्ट्रीब्यूटर्स को सस्पेंड भी किया गया है। आखिर में मैं आप सभी के माध्यम से सभी लोगों से ये रिक्वेस्ट और अपील करना चाहूँगी कि कृपया अफवाहों पर विश्वास न करें और पैनिक बाइंग से बचें। धन्यवाद।
Mr. Upesh Kumar, Director.
Good afternoon, everyone. The Ministry of Port Shipping Waterways continues to coordinate with the Ministry of External Affairs, Indian missions, and maritime stakeholders to ensure seafarer welfare and uninterrupted maritime operations. I am happy to state that all Indian seafarers continue to be safe in the region, and no incident involving Indian flag vessel has been reported since the last briefing in the past 48 hours. No incident has also been reported of any foreign flag vessels carrying Indian seafarers. The control room set up at DG Shipping has handled 8,570 calls and more than 18,732 emails. In the past 48 hours, a total of 156 calls and 668 emails have been received. The Ministry, through the Directorate General of Shipping, has facilitated the safe repatriation of more than 2,999 seafarers, including 23 in the last 48 hours from various locations across Gulf region. The port operations across India remain normal and no congestion has been reported. Thank you.
Good afternoon. My name is Saptarna Ghosh. I'm from the Hindu. Wanted to ask about, I wanted to ask Ovesh sir about, Secretary of State of the United States, Marco Rubio, made certain comments the other day about the offensive part of the operation, that is Epic Fury being behind them, and the fact that they are testing for a kind of a fragile ceasefire. So what is the shipping ministry's reading into it, and what does this movement, does this have any implication or any positivity for a movement of our ships across the Persian Gulf? If you could please share some.
I'm saying that the government is sort of maintaining the stance of no dry out when it comes to LPG delivery. So my question is, what is India doing to improve the infrastructure when it comes to storing gas? And will Indians also have to brace for an increase in terms of gas prices, both commercial and domestic?
By the United States. Although now Trump has announced that it has been paused pending peace talks, but does the government believe that by doing this, a situation that was already fraught has been the situation further deteriorated, and the impact of that on shipping, particularly the transit of India flagged and Indian-owned vessels, considering that we haven't had a single transit of an Indian vessel since April 18.
Just to Sujata ma'am. Ma'am, while LPG prices have increased, at least that's what media reports are saying, but there is a lot of speculation and back and forth in terms of whether the petrol and diesel prices will also rise or not. Keeping the politics part aside, a lot of citizens are also believing that the government is sooner or later going to increase. If you can provide some clarity regarding that.
Since the conflict began, has there been any discussion or an analysis of alternate trade routes which our ships may be able to take? There has been some calculation about a possible land journey across the Gulf, which can then connect to subsequent waters ahead nearer to Europe. Has there been any analysis on any alternate trade routes which perhaps might not be?
So I will first take the shutdown question about Reliance. I will like to tell you that shutdown, turnaround, these are the normal, part of operation as far as refinery is concerned. And we in the ministry try to ensure that all the shutdowns don't happen at one time. So it has to be scattered so that the supplies for the country, for the domestic market is not affected. And that's what we are ensuring now also. You know that right now Naira refinery is under shutdown, and by mid of this month or before that it will come back. And then the Reliance shutdown will start. And generally, it takes 4 weeks or around 4 weeks for a shutdown to complete. LPG प्राइस इंक्रीज के बारे में आपने कहा, तो पहले तो मैं ये स्पष्ट कर दूं कि जो घरेलू कुकिंग LPG सिलेंडर का प्राइस है वो चेंज नहीं हुआ है. जो आपने अभी इंक्रीज की बात की वो सिर्फ कमर्शियल के सिलेंडर के लिए हुई है. मैं दोबारा से कहती हूँ कि डोमेस्टिक LPG सिलेंडर पर कोई इंक्रीज नहीं हुआ है. इसी तरह जो पेट्रोल पंप पर पेट्रोल और डीजल है उसके प्राइस में भी अभी कोई वृद्धि नहीं की गई है. स्टोरेज के बारे में यस, लॉट ऑफ डिस्कशंस आर गोइंग ऑन एंड वी विल कम बैक टू यू as soon as the decision is taken. Thank you.
Operation Epic Fury. I don't think I can comment on US or how it is going to affect, but we are continuously monitoring the situation along with Ministry of External Affairs, and we are in touch with our Indian embassies abroad. And with respect to, I think second question was also of freedom. So my answer will remain the same, that I will not hazard a guess on international relations, and that's not my job.
It's had a direct impact on shipping.
It will have, so the entire government of India, as a whole of government approach, as the policy of the government is monitoring the situation. And regarding transit of Indian vessels, if you remember, we have already briefed that as of now, if I remember correctly, about 11 vessels carrying Indian cargo, of which 10 are Indian flag, have already crossed Strait of Hormuz. And the last one was Sarv Shakti, which crossed on 2nd May and is supposed to come to New Mangalore and reach by 8th May. And efforts are in hand to get our cargo as well as our flagships out of that as early as possible. And we are closely coordinating with Ministry of External Affairs on the same. Now, with respect to alternate trade routes, yes, I am sure both the industry as well as the ministries, there have been multiple discussions on how to ensure that the trade is normalized. For which I am happy to state, we had started initially and there were reports of congestion on Indian ports, which is no more there. In fact, the port occupancy ratio, if I am right, has come down to 60% from earlier 80%, which shows normalization. Even the containers which were back to town have reduced by 98.8% or probably by today 99%. Further, there are alternate shipping services which have been operationalized with shipping lines such as CMA, CGM, Unifeeder, Maersk, connecting JNPA, Mundra, Hazira to Sohar, Al Fujairah, Khor Fakar. So there are many places which have been activated. The cargo is moving, and unfortunately there is no Cape of Good Hope for Strait of Hormuz. So, but there are efforts in hand both by governments as well as the industry to find alternate sources. And as you are aware, MOPNG has briefed you, there is no shortage. So that means whatever people are doing, it is having a positive effect. Thank you.